If you are a projector in human design, burning yourself out in business, or you feel like you're waiting for invitations that never seem to come, this video is going to change everything because I'm going to show you exactly how to build 3 aligned income streams that works with your precious liquid gold projector energy. And if you are new here, my name is Amanda. I am a 4/6 self-projected projector from Spiritual Business School, where I teach spiritual entrepreneurs how to 3 times their leads in 30 days using human design, Skool, and AI. I personally, projectors are so conditioned. We grow up with parents who want us to be generators or manifestors, and I was just always deeply sensitive and intuitive and empathic, and I grew up feeling like there was something wrong with me, that I couldn't compete with the energy that everyone else just seemed to have an abundance of. And I remember when I first heard about human design, it was the realest thing I had ever found to help me make sense of myself and all of the things that I thought were my flaws, that were what was wrong with me, turned out to be superpowers. And I struggled with active addiction for over 10 years because I didn't really know what to do with all of these feelings that I would absorb. I have an open emotional center, and what happens for projectors is we usually have a lot of open centers. So you're not only picking up the energy of others, but you're amplifying it. And so it was so hard for me to know where my emotions started and the others began. And I was always deeply in tune with them, not so much with myself. So anyways, I went from active addiction, jail, getting arrested, to being chosen for Alex Hormozy's private mastermind on Skool, which happened last year. There were 5,000 applicants, only 100 people got in. And that's really where I started to put all of the pieces together. I have a lot of projector clients who I have helped close multiple five-figure clients and build thriving communities. And so projectors and a lot of mani-gens. Projectors are here to guide the energy that the generators and the manifesting generators create. And at the same time, I feel like projectors are almost too smart for our own good. We are most likely to spiral and lose the plot. It's like we're neurosurgeons, the world's top neurosurgeon. For everybody else, totally useless when it comes to ourselves, just because of the way our aura and our energy works. So today we're going to talk about why projectors struggle with traditional business models, how to create invitations versus waiting, okay? How to build the 3 income streams that every single projector needs. And so by the end of this video, you are going to stop burning out, build a business that honors your energy while hitting consistent 5-figure months. You're going to know exactly how to do it and how I did it. Okay. So the reason traditional business burns out projectors is because, like I said, society was built by and for generators, okay? Projectors do not have consistent access to sacral energy. So it's most of the business advice and strategy out there is geared towards generators because they are most of the population. And up until the 1700s, there were only manifestors and generators. And the manifestors were basically enslaving the generators, and there was an energetic imbalance. And so projectors came onto the scene, and we are neither one or the other. And we're here to recognize and to be recognized. So when you're living in this constant, always on energy, bro marketing 24/7, hustle, 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 you start to feel like there's something wrong with you. You're like, why aren't I doing it? Why isn't it working for me? As a projector, trying to build a business like a generator will make you burnt out, bitter, and broke. When I first started my school, so this guy, Mike Gowans, love him to death. He is one of my favorite people. He was the first mentor who kind of took me under his wing and showed me how to use Skool, and it worked. And initially, I just wanted to do everything. I'm the kind of person who take things very literally. So it's like I felt like he had to do everything. I had to do everything exactly like he said, or it wasn't going to work. Come to find out, he is a generator with all of his energy centers defined. I still don't design, but he's either a mani-gen or a generator, okay? And you can tell because it's a different energy. And so I started burning myself out, and I was attracting misaligned clients. I was hustling for pennies on the dollar. And don't get me wrong, at the beginning of business, you're going to learn so much more from your first few paid clients than they do from you. Ultimately, it's just the way it is. So I don't regret doing all of that, but it brought me back to myself, where I was like, Amanda, we got to come back to this human design thing because you're a projector. You weren't designed for this. And Like I said, you're here to guide. You're not here to do more. You are here to guide. You're not here to do the heavy lifting, the manual labor. You're here to be like, you here, this, there, this, there. If I had to give an analogy, let's say we're building a house. The manifestors are the architects. They create the designs. They're not on site at all. The generators are actually building the house. Nobody the generators make the world go round. Understand that every single human design has its shadows and its strengths to overcome those shadows. It's your personalized hero's journey. So there's nothing wrong about your human design. Sometimes I have human design envy when I look at some of my Gen clients. I'm like, bitch, how do you do all that? Anyways, we are, and the projectors are the foreman. We are on site, but we're like, you hear this there, that's about to break, and we're letting people know, like, we're just standing on site directing the energy. That's literally it. Reflectors are the safety quality control person. They come back at the end, they reflect, hey, this looks like it's working, this doesn't look like it's working. That's the analogy. So because we're so intuitive and just like on point, we can identify the bottlenecks so quickly. We see the patterns and the inefficiencies coming a mile away. And the problem is, for projectors, your energy has to be invited or they're not going to listen to you, which sucks. So when I stopped trying to hustle like everybody else and trying to do it the way Mike was doing, or how I saw other people doing it, I realized there's no one right way. There's only your way and consistency. And human design gives us those tools to understand like what our way is. When I stopped trying to hustle like everybody else and I just started showing up in my content and talking about the things I was passionate about, that I was noticing, that I was doing, everything started to shift. And I realized it's because my energy is incredibly valuable, but it's finite. If I'm competing on the hustle calculator, I'm going to lose every single time. If I'm just trying to be Amanda and serve the people that I came here to serve, everything works. So because your energy is finite, you have to be strategic in how you use it. This means you are not hustling your ass off doing $22 fucking tarot readings going live five times a week. I built my entire business going live on TikTok. I think it's an amazing way to grow your audience and get the business started, but it is not a sustainable business strategy in the long term. If you're going to do low ticket, it needs to be recurring. I'm just going to say that right now. Okay, so let's talk about the strategy, which is, I like to call it creating or becoming the invitation. When you first find out you're a projector and you find out that your strategy is to wait for the invitation, it can feel really disempowering, really passive. Like, what the fuck am I supposed to do while I'm waiting? What are you talking about waiting? I gotta like make things happen. I gotta go out there and be a manifester. I'm gonna manifest this shit. Okay, that doesn't work for you. Okay. The biggest misconception is that when you're waiting for the invitation, it's just you sitting back and doing nothing. The way that you actually create invitations is by showing up, going all in on your feed, your content, not holding back in your content. Really showing up and owning your authority and your expertise and your credibility, your unique insights, your process, your wisdom. And we'll get more into the different profile lines later and your authority and how this all shows up in your content and in your business. But for now, I just want you to understand how your energy works and to know that your strategy is to create invitations. And the way that you do that is, like I said, going all in on your feed, sharing your wisdom, sharing your insights, really laying it all out in your content. You have to have an organic traffic source. Ads do not work for projectors because we have to be invited. If you forcefully shove yourself in someone's face using dollars, it's never going to work. Or euros, because we're in Europe now. It's never going to work because they're going to feel like it's almost like a desperate energy. You're trying to shortcut the process. I'm not going to say that you can never do ads once you've got an existing funnel that's working and converting, but it's not the way you start. So instead of chasing people, you make yourself discoverable because you're sharing things that other people don't see. The inefficiencies, the patterns, the solutions, you're sharing your insights consistently. You're going all in on your unique zone of genius. You're studying your area of expertise. Understand that every single projector has a unique projector niche. This unique perspective, I don't mean niche in the business or the marketing sense. Like if my niche might be sales, business, human design, marketing. Okay, but really my projector niche is leveraging human design, AI, and Skool to help people build a six-figure business because I see the system. Projectors are here to go all in on their system. It could either be a system that you've created or that you've discovered. Human design is the system. That's an example. And projectors are great at human design, and we often learn the most by learning about others because that's just the way our aura works. So the more you understand the other, the more you understand yourself. Studying, going all in on your content, not holding back, and start creating systems from the beginning so that you can outsource, automate, eliminate, delegate. I do believe every coach needs a coach and every projector needs a projector, but for non-sacral beings, i.e. projectors and manifestors, it is even more helpful for once you have your systems in place to hire a VA who can do the heavy lifting for you because it's just below your pay grade, to be quite honest. When I had been saying for so long I wanted a manifesting generator VA, and I don't know why it took me so long to hire her. I'm so glad I did because it was funny. One of my projector coach friends, she's a human design coach, also a projector. She's like, I have one. I could hook you guys up. And I just thought it was going to be so much work to onboard her, when in reality, it was the easiest thing ever, and it freed up so much bandwidth for me to do the things I love to do. Like, I don't like making I don't like doing those things. I just don't. And the more time and energy you have that's doing the things that you didn't come here to do, the less time you have to really hone your craft and hone your skills and do things that only you can do, which is always going to include content. So you need systems, support behind the back end so that you're not having to show up consistently every single day in order to get paid. If your only income stream requires you to show up every single day and go live, that is not sustainable for you. So you need time alone to recharge. Projectors can get more done in 3 hours than it would take a generator 8 hours because they have to spend a lot of that time cleaning up their mistakes. Projectors are like, but that doesn't mean you get all this done in 3 hours and then you keep working for another 5 hours. It means you go all in those first 3 hours of the day, whatever your work day looks like, you're doing the things that only you can do. And then you allow yourself to rest because rest is productive. You cannot be productive and powerful and as magnetic and magnificent as you are as a projector without proper rest. And rest just means like, it doesn't have to be sleeping. And there's some fake news out there that projectors, don't have any energy and they need naps all the time. And some of that's like kind of true, but some of the most high powered women I know are projectors. And we get so much done, but it's really about understanding your energy, how you work, etc. Okay. So the trick is to build these 3 aligned income streams. Number 1 is active income. This is your premium one-on-one offerings, VIP days, high-touch coaching. This is where you shine as a projector. And I know that you don't want to trade time for money forever. But the fact is, you shine one-on-one because you're picking up so much on this other person. Your insights are incredibly valuable. You are literally designed to do this, and you're not here to actually do the work. You're not here to make the funnel for them. You're here to guide. When I'm working with projectors, it's less about me telling them what to do, although there's some of that because this is a business strategy overall, but it's more about me pulling the answers from inside them that they already know, holding them accountable along the way to what they say is important, because projectors usually know what to do. They're just not doing it because they're so overwhelmed. So you are that for your clients. We get our active income up to, let's say, 5, 10K a month, and then we start building our second aligned income stream. This is your passive income. Passive income, what we would do is like recurring revenue, memberships, group programs, workshops, courses, downloads. This is where you make something once and get paid for it over and over and over again. I really don't want you doing passive income like one-time $22 offers because it takes just as much work to sell a $22 offer as it does a $2,222 offer. And one of them, the math doesn't math. I'll let you do the math for that. Okay. So we create these downloadables. We duplicate ourselves in the form of a video, a workshop, a course based on the insights and the patterns and the problems that we're recognizing with our one-on-one clients. And this is the right way to make a course because passive income is earned, not given. It starts slowly and compounds over time. What you don't want to do is what I did and started building all of these courses. I was cleaning up my Google Drive the other day. I was doing some digital detox when I was on the plane over here. And I come across all these courses that I made. Nobody's ever seen them. Most of them aren't even completely done. Some of them are done, and I never sold a single fucking one. Do you know how discouraging that is? put so much work into something that literally nobody cares about because literally nobody asked you to do that. Nobody. And the way around that is to just get your active income up there first, and then they'll tell you what they need every single time. Your clients will tell you. I love using a Skool community for this because it's one place for you to host your community, courses, deliverables. It handles your payments and creates the recurring income you need. Just one platform. And the last form of income is our neutral income. So this is how you create invitations. We talked a lot about your content already, but this is your content. So your TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, podcast, maybe you have an email list, plus a free Skool community. Now, understand that your neutral income or your audience is a form of income because this is a group of people who are interested in who you are, what you have to offer, see you as a teacher, see you as an authority, and given the right leverage, i.e. the right offer and price, it's only a matter of time until they buy from you. So your free content isn't really free. It's an income source that's required for projectors. The way that we do this is we create content on our platform of choice, and you can also get traffic from Skool. We send it to a free Skool community, and we have a way to set all of this up that I guide you through inside Spiritual Business School. But essentially, your free Skool is your, it's like a living, breathing lead magnet where you're able to build your email list, keep everything all in one place, and you can sell your low ticket, your high ticket, and everything in between all together. Elegant. Simple is great. Complicated, people get stuck and lose the plot. I already see you. We're not doing that here. We're not doing that here. So the key is understanding how all of these three work together, and know that when projectors are following their strategy and authority, you experience success. There's a spiritual law that states that you can't get to the next level until you put somebody else on the level you are at. And this should be a projector law too, because your success is directly contingent upon the success you bring to others. You are here to usher in a new era of leadership to the likes of which the world has never seen. When you are not following your strategy and authority, you experience bitterness. Don't worry if you're feeling bitter though, because bitterness is your portal to wealth. It lets you know what is ready to evolve. So my question for you is, where in your business are you currently feeling bitter? And what would things need to look like, feel like? What would you need to start doing, stop doing, and keep full here? And I'm going to give you a hint. The bitterness is telling you what you were doing in your business that used to work is no longer working. It's a sign that the creator has taken away temporarily this form of sustenance or this traffic source or this client, this opportunity from you momentarily in order to open up and create more space in your vessel to open up and receive even more than what was initially asked for. But only when you take that leap of faith and change what you're doing. Change is required because we don't change when everything is going well. We change when things are falling apart. So that's why I say the more bitter you are, the more prosperity is waiting for you in the wings when you really learn to trust the sign and have faith. Know that compromise equals death for projectors. You are not here to compromise. You are here to show up, shine, get paid for your gifts, and get paid really fucking well, because the world can't get where it needs to go without projectors in their motherfucking power. So if this resonates with you and you are ready to build a aligned six-figure business using your liquid gold-like projector energy that feels as good as it looks, comment projector below. I created a 100K Business by Design blueprint. It's free. I will personally reach out and send you the link, or I will just link it down below. And we would love to have you inside Spiritual Business School. I will link that down below as well. So please remember to like, subscribe, share this with your favorite projector, and comment below your biggest takeaway, because I read every single one, and that's going to tell me what kind of content you guys need to hear from me to make things successful. Mwah.